impossible driving. And the weather is keeping a lid on nearly everything. Schools, governments, businesses closed. And as you've been hearing, there are even more concerns of more power outages. Even the Postal Service has called it quits. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 11, NASDAQ down 3, the S&P down 1.5. WTOP News Time, 10 o'clock.
Today's the 10th of February 2010, and I'm on my way to work, and you can see how bad the roads are.
Much of the rest of the Mid-Atlantic region. The second blizzard in less than a week is already.
I wanted to get a video how bad it was out here.
Where that came from.
Okay, so I'll turn it back around, and here we go.
House correspondent Bill Bryan. The White House is indeed white. The snow is blowing sideways and drifting. It's hard to see as far as the North Portico colors. WTOP's Adam Tusk has a snapshot from the other side of the Potomac.
The wind chime will tell you all you need to know here in Northern Virginia.
Time is 10:02.
And trees are swaying back and forth. It is truly whiteout conditions here in Northern Virginia. And of course, the dangerous situation as trees could fall onto power lines.
Authorities told drivers to stay off the road. Not everyone's willing to take their advice. In Philadelphia, Nick Martino's the man in charge of road crews struggling to keep highways black and white.
We're already in 72,000 tons of salt. We have another 65,000 and we're really concerned later in the day with the blizzard conditions coming.
CBS News early show weatherman Dave prices and other problems.
To walk the narrow streets of South Philadelphia right now, you just don't know where they're going to put the additional snow that's going to fall today. It's remarkable. You have 2.5 feet or close to it that fell last weekend. 8 inches that came overnight, and now more expected today, and there's just no room.
In Southern California, the problem is mud.
They're in there with heavy equipment, hauling it out, scooping it out, so that if more mud comes down, it has somewhere to go, besides into the streets and possibly into homes.
CBS's John Baird in the rain-soaked foothills north of Los Angeles. It's not just Toyota, now it's Honda's turn for a major recall. Japan's #2 car company is asking the owners of more than 400,000 cars to bring them in because of a problem with airbags. CBS's Jeff Gilbert in Detroit.
This is an expansion of a recall Honda announced last year, adding 378,000 01 and 02 model year Hondas and Acuras. Now, the concern is with the inflators in the vehicle's airbags, which can deploy with too much power, causing injuries or even death. Honda says there have been about a dozen incidents.
An American Heart Association study finds that only half of all women who would call for help for a sign of a heart attack. Professor Ileana Pena says a lot of women aren't even aware of what the early warning signs are.
We still have a lot of work to do in getting women to understand that if they're concerned about what they're feeling, whether it's chest pain or shortness of breath, they need to call 911.
The latest reading on the economy is a MasterCard report that shows consumer spending increased a modest 3.5% in January.
The way I like to think about it is we're really in the beginning stages of the recovery, and the return to spending is a lot more tentative than most people would like.
MasterCard's Cadillac dropped. In early trading, the Dow Industrials were down 41 points. This is CBS News.
Who's growing our economy? The people who grow our crops. America's farmers. Every day they rise to meet the challenge of feeding and clothing the world. And satisfying world demand is exactly what they do. They ship nearly $100 billion of their crops and products to many nations. Farmers are a direct lifeline to over 24 million jobs right here at home in all kinds of industries. America sends her bounty all over the world, but it all starts on family farms. In some way, we are all connected to agriculture, and as farming has grown, so is our quality of life. There's a new day dawning in the economy, and with the contribution of America's farmers, our country is growing prouder, stronger, and better. America's farmers are helping to rebuild America. Brought to you on behalf of America's farmers by Monsanto.
WTOP News Time, 10:05 on this Wednesday, the 10th of February, 23 degrees, going up to about 30 with blowing snow. Live from the Classic Closed Nerve Center.
This is Washington's most listened to radio station, 103.5 WTOP Radio. Here are Richard Day and Mark Lewis.
Good morning. Not only a second storm, but a second punch from the second storm. We've had whiteout conditions in the region for the last couple of hours. Blizzard conditions as well, and we're now just 5.4 inches away from this winter becoming the all-time snow record for the Washington, D.C. area. A blizzard warning remains in effect until 7 tonight for most of our listening area, and those areas will also be under a winter storm warning through this evening. The Maryland State Highway Administration is urging you to stay off the roads, and they ask that you not travel unless it is an absolute emergency.
Well, the whiteout conditions in the area are causing lots of problems for drivers. WCOV's Mark Seagraves now joins us live.
I don't think we're having a connection with Mark. Let's try again. Mark, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mark. Are you there?
Yes, we're here. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm on Capitol Hill where the whiteout conditions are easing a little bit, and by that I mean now I can see about 2 blocks ahead of me instead of about a half a block. Winds really are picking up, and the problem now, you've got a lot of pedestrians out in the streets. They're waking up, they're going to work, they're trying to get to the store. And I said this last time, I can't believe I'm still having to say it. People need to turn their headlights on. If you are in your cars, I'm seeing a lot of cars driving without their lights on at all, which is just a disaster waiting to happen. But the wind continues to be the biggest issue here, and not seeing a lot of plows on the roads either. Reporting live from WCOV, Mark Seagraves, 103.5 FM and WCOV.com.
Well, there are whiteout conditions indeed today, and that's only making driving conditions trickier. WCOV's Christy King now joins us with her take on snow patrol.
Richard Engagement Squad, following the bottom marker rule of safety, not to put myself or others at risk. I pulled off the road. I'm in a parking lot in the Shady Grove Executive Center, just off I-270. Someplace I'm safe and warm because the vehicle has plenty of gas, thank heavens, but feeling a bit frustrated and snowbound, just like so many other people who haven't had power, listening to the radio for the latest, but stuck with nothing else to do but look out the window. And this weather is amazing, scary even, the way the wind gusts pull the car and swings around and swirl the snow in circles when it isn't slamming sideways. Now, looking over the edge of the parking lot snowbank, I can tell you industrial-sized tractors have gone by plowing Shady Grove Road and just saw an ambulance go by. But when I first pulled into this parking lot, there was a contractor shaving it down to pavement, and now there's almost an inch of snow on the ground. Reporting live, Christy King, 103.5 FM and WTOP.com.
All right, Christy, much more to come this half hour on WTOP, including a look at where things stand with power outages and the concern that there obviously could be more as the snowfall continues. WTOP News Time, 10:08. 5 WTOP Radio. Traffic and weather together on the 8th.
301 Ninth Bridge closed. That's the one from the Patuxent River where you only pay the toll one way. You get in and out of Virginia. 301 Ninth Bridge. That is a story right there. I mean, they rarely close, and that's because of the dangerous winds that are kicking up in the whiteout conditions, they tell us. They have reduced lanes across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge with the wind that is kicking up, but you can get across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge for now. If you just decide, well, actually, you can't decide. You only have Interstate 95. You get in and out of Richmond now and across the Potomac. But in any case, 95 between Richmond and the Beltway here, 495, extremely dangerous. We've had numerous wrecks along Interstate 95, especially the farther south you go, I'm told. When a plow train comes through, the work that they're doing doesn't last very long, because the wind's just kind of blowing it through and covering it up, but they're going to stick with it as they have been for days and days. Gallows Road, now you have a traffic signal problem on Seven Corners area, problem with the traffic signals, and again, with all the high winds now, it's kind of knocking power out here and there. Talk to Standings at Georgia Avenue. They're treating that in both directions between the District Line and Deers Mill Road. Deers Mill Road, you follow the wheel tracks for those ahead of you, and that just about counts for everybody around the area. As far as the Beltway travel, occasionally you'll see a very large plow train going through very, very slowly for the handful of traffic that we have. And essential personnel on the highway, be very careful. Across the Wilson Bridge, across the American Legion Bridge, I have nothing reported for you right now. In Maryland, there was a long-standing crash on the outer loop between Pennsylvania Avenue and Ritchie Marlboro Road, one lane getting through. And this is brought to you by DeVry University and its Keller Graduate School of Management Open Health. It's Saturday, February 13th. Visit DeVry.edu/cc to register. DeVry is certified to operate by the State Council of Higher Education in Virginia. I'm Lisa Baden, 103.5 FM and WTOP.com.
And ABC 7's Chris Nail looking at some of the most extreme conditions we've seen in Washington.
Yeah, this is very intense, very dangerous, too, to be quite honest with you. We talked about it yesterday. You know, we were trying to focus so much on snow with this storm because it wasn't going to match the snow we've seen with the two previous main concerns for the region. But what it lacks in snow, it's making up for in wind and just blowing and drifting snow with this one sits on what the others lacks. So here's what we have out there right now. ABC 7 snow machine still tracks anything from light snow out from Frederick, Leesburg, Gaithersburg. We're still falling at a pretty considerable clip, but heavier snow around the district, Manassas, Plano, Charles County, Georgia, Fort Bowie, Annapolis, this means Wayport, Anne Arundel County, the Valley. This will continue for the next several hours. Slowly but surely, the system will begin to pull off to the east and northeast. That means that when we see clearing, when we see snow coming to an end, it'll be from southwest to northeast across the region. Signs are that it's going to be a couple more hours, so like I said, before we start seeing those improvements. Winds gusting now, 43 at Dulles, 36 at Leesburg, and 38 at BWI Thurgood Marshall. Winds do not die down during the overnight. They remain elevated, so blowing and drifting snow will continue. Tomorrow, partly sunny, cold and breezy in the low to mid-30s as we once again begin to shovel out. Richard.
All right, thank you so much for that update. Chris Nail from ABC 7.
WTOP News Time 10:12. As we told you, snowplows and repair trucks in some cases are being pulled off the road this morning because the conditions are just too bad for the workers to do the job they need to do and maintain their own safety. WTOP's Evan Haining is back with us live, and you've got more details.
That's right, Mark. Blizzard conditions have forced Petco to suspend repair operations for now.
The state and the county are pulling their plows off the road until the unsafe conditions subside. So therefore, we're holding all our crews at our service centers and staging areas, or they are sheltering in place.
Petco's Bob Haney says repairs will resume as soon as safety permits. As we also told you, Novak tells us that their repair crews are still out.
That is like
Bob Marber told me that last hour, ABC 7's Chris Nail reported 60-mile-an-hour gusts in Bristow, Virginia. Reporting live, Evan Haining, 103.5 FM at WTOP.com. Now, for a while, earlier this morning, the snowfall didn't seem all that threatening, but then somebody flipped a switch. WTOP's Brendan Hazelton has more on a live report from Northwest BC.
District 21, Billy. I first ventured outside around 7 a.m. and found it here in Woodley Park. Around 4 inches of snow had come down overnight.
One person here.
Long after the snowfall grew much more intense, and now, about 3 hours later, it appears the amount on the ground has nearly doubled. I'm happy to report there's not much wind yet. In the meantime, not a whole lot of activity that is report on the residential streets here, and obviously that's a good thing. Clearly, the creatures having the most fun outside are dogs. They seem to like nothing better than running leash-free and finding fresh run of white snow to change to a different color. Reporting live in Northwest, Brendan Hazelton, 103.5 FM at WTOP.com.
All right, Brendan, thanks. Quick reminder now about Postal Service today. The weather is too bad for the post office. It has suspended delivery and collection for all of Maryland, the district, and Northern Virginia, extending down to Richmond and west to Charlottesville. So again, the Postal Service is cutting off the work today. For them, no delivery and collection in all of Maryland, D.C., Northern Virginia, down to Richmond and west to Charlottesville. Means it is bad. Yes, the office shuts down.
WTOP's on 1014.
What you are about to hear is almost entirely true, for it is the story of Jake Miller, a hard-working, sensible young man who spent 9+ hours a day at the office, keeping up with the great bosses, keeping his head down, and earning his meager keep for one reason, and one reason only. So he can snow on the weekends. Of course, Jake does have a very focus.
Got my first red light.
And that, my friends, is the power of snow.
Oh, boy.
It's the power itself. Take a snow day at the 3 closest, most exciting ski resorts: Whitetail, Liberty, and Round Top.
We've got plenty of fresh snow, so gather the whole gang. Great winter fun at Liberty, Round Top, and Whitetail. You'll love the skiing, boarding, and tubing, whether you're a first-timer or a pro. So come on out.
Is this fun or what?
Log on to skiwhitetail.com, skiliberty.com, or skiroundtop.com today and take a snow day.
See how far your new insurance dollars go at My Eye Doctor with locations in Maryland, Virginia, and DC. Find the savings at myEYEDR.com. You're listening to WTOP Radio. News, traffic, weather.
I was also close to me now.
Down Industrial down 77 points. That's the speed.
Red light.
Down 16. Morning news in 10 minutes here on WTOP Radio.
WTOP Sports is met by Lido Pizza. WTOP Sports Time, 10:15. Dave Johnson with the Wizards in Charlotte.
Yes, here in Charlotte, with last night the Wizards won the Bobcats 94-92. Now the All-Star break for Flint Soccer Stadium.
Another red light.
George Southern Big Providence, 79-70. George Mason in overtime of Phoenix, Virginia, Commonwealth. Maryland, Virginia game scheduled for tonight's postponed until Monday. Jose Theodore, you're right in that winning streak.
Same time, we're not getting too excited and we're not changing the win.
Trying to make it 15 in a row tonight. Dave Johnson, 103.5 FM at WTOP.com.
And we would like to take this moment to congratulate Bob McPherson of Mount Airy, Maryland.
Roofing contractor.
Mystery newsmaker. Montgomery County Ike Legacy has won $1,035 cash. Your next chance to win is this afternoon in the 6 p.m. hour. The special cash edition of the Mystery Newsmaker contest all this month. Only from WTOP 103.5 FM. It is 18 degrees. The snow is still falling and the winds are still kicking up and blowing so significantly. Just went up to 35 miles per hour right now on Dallas Airport. WTOP News Time, 10:17.
Turn the heat down. It's getting too hot in here. Traffic's not too bad. Have a delayed arrival today at the base. They gave us 4 hours. So I'll get there just on time, I guess. Okay, this one is green. Okay, I made it through this one too.
With the lowest price of the entry. And a 2010 Super around that 2.5 high SUV. Motor Trend's 2010 Sport Utility of the Year. Just 21 times 50. And the Subaru True Love event. Super Springfield. Exit 169A on I-95 next to the Springfield Mall. Click UT.com.
WTOP Sun 1018. 103.5 WTOP Radio. Traffic and weather together on the 8th.
I'm going to say we have about a handful of traffic out there, but that's even stretching it. That's a good thing because the highway crews are having a difficult time keeping up, and you want to leave things clear for the emergency personnel. Really can't speed to get to an incident, and then they're kind of climbing over snowbanks that's plowed on the side of the road, so be very, very careful. Make sure all of your headlights are on, not just the daytime running lights. You're just going to have to take your time and you're following wheel tracks for the most part, and that really applies to everyone. Don't forget if there's a
I'm going to turn this off.
traffic signals too. The latest we heard was 7 corners with a